Hello and welcome to Rivers. Wow, great way to start off the cast. Hello and welcome to Loki. I was just watching Giles cast, that's what I was thinking about Rivers. He casted the game between Yama and I, which was a very good game. I'm not sure if I'll upload this before or after the video, which has me playing in that from point of view. Based on my lost subs over the last week, I can only judge that people don't like the point of view relative to just regular casts. If that's the case, let me know. That point of view is better for learning the game, but I guess if we already got a bunch of those in, I won't do that anymore. So Deja, one of the reasons, whenever I see a good replay with him, I'm probably going to cast it just because Deja Vu is the greatest name on FAF to say. But he does have competition. Mr. Mackey is another awesome name. And Mr. Mackey here also looks like both players going second air. Cybern on Cybern. I love to see Cybern on Cybern. And on this map, I think this is going to be pretty exciting. It's going to have multiple battles on different positions. It's going to be good at Tech 1, Tech 2, Tech 3. Spiderbot, Stealth Spiderbot. I don't even know if it's going to go that far, but you can really dream. Stealth on this map is huge. Yeah, looks like... Oh, second air on 5 pigeons. Mr. Mackey's going to go chop some wood. If he can pull this off, this would be nice. But this is hard. He's not going to power stall yet. But once you start producing the air units, it will get close. But he is reclaiming quite a bit of power. You can see that going up. As we see the first battle, the Hunter. A very direct Hunter. If you're ever wondering where to raid to on this map, because there's so many different positions that are vulnerable, the shortest path, of course, there's no straight line on this map that you can draw unless it's on a very funny angle. That's one way you can pick a really interesting map, is where you get a lot of terrain and just map features. This is whenever I think of what map should I pick for a tourney or something, Loki is always at the top of my list. I always think Rivers just because I don't know, I like that map, but it does tend to get a little boring sometimes. And the Hunter, yep, it's one of the strengths of Cybern, in my opinion. The Manti are extremely good at cleaning up. And this bomber is a strange way to use the bomber, I think, from Mr. Mackey, but it's still alive. He's got an escort. As this Mantis, good aggression from Deja Vu. And didn't mention that at first. I think on paper, I would pick Deja Vu to win this for sure. Played both of these players before, and Deja Vu is much better. But of course, in this game, a single mistake can turn everything on its head, where you got to dig yourself out of a hole. We'll see. And also, Deja Vu is always Seraphim making a jester. That's going to be interesting. Let's see. This will be critical if Mr. Mackey can kill. Can't. He has to kill that engineer before his bomber gets taken out. Excellent. But I think that's probably going to be the only kill, but it did its dirty deed. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Okay, the jester. Yeah, that's interesting. He's going to try to deny the Hydra. The Hydra is huge. And unless there are a lot of interceptors. Another problem with the jester is that you can look at all the health. The Jester has quite a bit compared to the other units. So if you start primering it with your early interceptors, the other interceptors are going to have a lot of time to shoot your inties. So even if you lose your Jester, you've pretty much lost air control. So we're going to see the response, but that's a lot of inties from Mr. Mackey, who's also got a pretty nice land force, which is not going anywhere. Only 2 inties, I think that's going to be a big loss. However, how many mask extractors are going to die? Not clear. I think that Jester lost an opportunity. Killing those engineers would have been better. However, there's also a Mantis on the job. Yeah, these corners are critical. Both players fighting for them. You can see in terms of the ACUs, they're in analogous spots, and an air victory with minimal losses for Mr. Mackey. So something has gone well for him. However, it looks like he will not be able to cross this barrier. His engineers need to run, maybe get a factory there. As, yeah, that bomber needs to bomb something a little more useful. Some great targets over here. Another air factory, more land factories planned for Deja Vu. And typically Deja Vu has the style of a defensive style where he techs quite a bit and makes his ACU very powerful. At least that's what I've seen. But maybe with Cybern he'll do something else. Right now he's just reclaiming. You can see a lot of his build capacity is kind of focused around his main base. Yeah, this is an interesting bomber from Mr. Mackey. And now we see a long stream of Manta running to the top corner. Local air control from Mr. Mackey. If he were to get a Jester and kill those and maybe drop. Transports on this map extremely potent, and general air is very potent. And I think there might be a fairly big battle in the top corner. And a nice looking factory for Mr. Mackey where he can get quick engineers. So he needs to grab the top corner. However, I think eventually Deja Vu will make a push with his AC. He's not doing that yet. And this bomber with 3 kills now. Must have killed another engineer, I didn't see. And the ACU for Mr. Mackey is going to try to grab the bottom corner. It's always nice to go aggressive with the ACU. If you grab these 3, mass structure in the start of base here, it's really good for long term because you can push here, put cruise missiles and assault directly on the starting position. It also makes this a very safe position to upgrade. I personally feel like if you grab this position, this is much more secure than your actual starting position. Yeah, and it looks like on the top, given this factory, this will be a big advantage to Mr. Mackey. Mr. Mackey, though, forgot to make power. Oh, and he's going to start it now. Oh, no. That sucks. You probably want to pause all your air. He had so much air early on, but I think he's going to lose it. This Jester needs to get working. And why did that happen? Yeah, this is a problem because he's going to be trying to... Oh, yeah, that's a big loss. All those engineers are going to get cut out, way out of position. So Mr. Mackey here walking around blind, he can actually get himself in quite a bit of trouble. As he got himself in trouble up there. Yeah, that's a good looking Mantis. Being inconspicuous. Mr. Mackey's in danger. He had such a good position, but his units are now chasing. If he wasn't facing Cyber, he could catch up, but he won't catch up to Cyber. Point defense is going up for Mr. Mackey. He needs to finish that, and I think with all these engineers he should. He is slowly catching up on power, but Deja Vu is way ahead. Deja Vu is also sitting on how many tech-to-mass extractors? He's got 4 here. Wouldn't be surprised if he's got more somewhere else. I wonder which ones he'd want to upgrade next. But his economy is definitely significantly better. And what Mr. Mackey needs to do, he needs to quickly grab these mass extractors in the corner. Coming up minute 10, a bit of an unusual game. Typically players are able to capture the map a little quicker. Yeah, that Jester died for no reason. And that's a nice raider that should die. It looks like that victory is going to go to Mr. Mackey. A little bit of reclaim available. But Deja Vu, perhaps that's his style. He's really not done much attacking except that successful denial of engineers, and then his later assault didn't do much. Now his ACU, no, his ACU is just patrolling. I think he's going to lose the title of the greatest ACU in the game, only when he's Seraphim, I guess. They're just 2 engineers patrolling. Some scouts from Deja Vu. And finally some NGs. If Mr. Mackey can grab map control, where he grabs both of these corners, which will happen in a few minutes unless Deja Vu does something, he will actually catch up on mass. Right now he's way behind. And he's stopped producing power. He's working on his second Tech 2 mass extractor. He's got Tech 2 land. Tech 2 land from both players, Tech 2 power coming up. And a lot of flak. Scout died quickly, as we see now in assault. And I think you can see that a couple transports from Mr. Mackey would... I mean, he could grab these corners so easily, given the fact that he had air control, but it might be slipping away now as an assault is coming in. This is an interesting engineer. That air battle continues. It'll be a very narrow victory for Mr. Mackey. And that's going to be an annoying assault force. I think Mr. Mackey might lose a couple of mass extractors. Oh, look at all this. You gotta stay away from that PD and you'll be fine. There are no Medusas. You gotta grab Medusa with you. You gotta grab some flak and a Medusa with any force. Look at those annoying anti. 2 mass extractors dead. Should be rebuilt quickly though. The ACU for Mr. Mackey is going into a very strange position, but come on. Free mass. He's finally gonna get that. Yeah, well-placed point defenses. I think Deja Vu has dodged a bullet because if Mr. Mackey brought a couple Medusas, this could be a lot worse for him. But now Mr. Mackey will need to retreat. The smart thing to do is to retreat. Maybe try to dodge some of those bombers. Try to take air control, perhaps. Ah, finally one engineer. Mr. Mackey has caught up on mass. It appears. A lot of build capacity. TMD going up. Tech 2 power. Tech 2 flak. Very defensive from Deja Vu. Tech 2 gunships. Tech 2 air for Mr. Mackey. I like that. He's also got Tech 2 power. He's working on his third Tech 2 mass extractor. Look at all. Damn. This is. Some players just love to tech. And that's definitely not secure. I mean, look at this push. Mr. Mackey, make Medusas. Also make some inties. These shouldn't happen to your forces. Oh my goodness. See all those Medusas, those have been great. This PD is critical unless those engineers get bombed. And the push. Yeah, these PDs are going to be very effective, even though these Tech 2 mass extractors should be dead given all these Manti, but I think that PD will do the job. Some lost opportunities that we're seeing first Tech 2 land units making their appearance. A couple rhinos up on top. It's a big map control advantage though for Mr. Mackey. The only thing he's behind on is the upgrades, which I think, oh yeah, this is nice placement. Nice. Tech 2 mass extractor is going to die, but rhinos coming out. The rhinos will take care of the problem. And Deja Vu just doesn't care. He's just going to tech. 9,000 reclaim, 7,000 for Mr. Mackey, 1,000 in the bank. Gunships have been very disappointing. I was expecting a little more from them. As we're seeing in assault. Tech 1. And the ACU for Mr. Mackey, where's he going? He's going to go somewhere back home. So this leaves this position fairly vulnerable. It will be a tragedy if Mr. Mackey was to lose all this. There's no reason, but there is a Tech 2 moving in his direction. However, yeah, there are some Medusas there as well, so he'll have time. Also, Tech 2 engineer. Let's see what it does. T2 PDs in this position would be interesting. Also some cruise missiles, given these Tech 2 mass extractors. I'd love to see the gunships. This is the primary target, I think, for the gunships of Mr. Mackey. He needs to do something about that force, which is now turned the corner. And I'm not sure what he's thinking. A bit of luck from Mr. Mackey. Give him a little more time. This is completely undefended, and we did see all these scouts from Deja Vu, so he has to know exactly what's happening. Is he making Tech 3 mass extractors yet? Oh my gosh. Tech 3 land, Tech 3 mass extractors. Probably wants to recycle a little bit. And what is going on? But Deja Vu is going to have Tech 3 land here shortly. And he's going to need to grab back a little bit of the map. I'm not sure. I think this would be much easier for him. Yeah, there are some Tech 2 engineers here depending on what they do. There's also Tech 2 forces. Oh wow, it's one of the only places these rhinos shouldn't have attacked. A mistake from Deja Vu. Although I think maybe a rhino or two might survive, but no, there's also a rhino. This is such good reclaim. Mr. Mackey needs to grab that. And these gunships, they need to do something. Tech 3 land for Mr. Mackey. So after 17 minutes, we're seeing Tech 3 land from both players. Very similar economies. Map control in Mr. Mackey's favor. In terms of power, also very even. Tech 2 air for Mr. Mackey, which has been a bit disappointing. And what is that? T2PD? Yeah, a couple shields in T2PD. Just need more build capacity on that engineer. That'd be pretty good looking. At this point, defense now with 8 kills. And will we see a Tech 3 land assault on this position? We see a lot of Tech 2 flag, also stealth. No cruise missiles yet. Cruise missiles in this position are very nice for either player. You can reach main base. And we're going to see a brick drop from Mr. Mackey. Corsairs standing by. And I think these Manta probably don't need to make them. Once you're in the Tech 3 land stage, you can make either engineers or Medusas with your Tech 1 factories. No reason to make Manta. Both air forces. There's a radar. Would love to see a Tech 2 factory in this region. You want Tech 2 engineers, you want shields, you want T2 PDs. Just the sight of a Tech 2 PD will make the enemy think twice before attacking. And where is that? Oh, those bricks. That's interesting. That's a very safe drop. And I do like the choice. I really like that. Those are going to go underneath. Will Deja Vu know? I guess he knows there's something. He has no idea what it is. Those will go underneath. It'll easily break that wall, which will be a big problem. I don't think there's anything that can be done by Deja Vu, who is ahead on mass. See, how many Tech 3 mass extractors has he got yet? He's making the hives. He's got multiple Tech 3s, and he's got adjacency to the Tech 3 land factory. As gunships are assaulting his positions, but yeah, those gunships are not going to live for too long. There's a lot of Tech 2 flak. Yeah. Oh, some engineers came in. Cleaned up. So Deja Vu has a lot of Tech 2 flak, which makes these Tech 1 air forces very fragile. Yeah, complete disaster now for Deja Vu. I like Mr. Mackey. I think is playing much better than Deja Vu. Some Corsairs here who probably don't want this battle. See, these bricks need to do the job, go back into the water. No reason to tempt fate. This T2PD creep. There are cruise missile launchers assaulting. And oh, I like the placement of that loyalist. The loyalists do have the anti-missile. Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. You want to split those so you don't get the splash. That's unfortunate. So every time each one of those gunships shot, they hit both bricks. Corsairs standing by. They need to target specific. Oh no. These Corsairs are expensive. So Tech 2 mass extractor is dead, but the fact that a single engineer is alive is huge. Some reclaim opportunities, as we see an assault led by a bunch of gunships. Where the heck is the Air Force? The Air Force has no fuel. And what is happening in this game? It's very even. Deja Vu is ahead on power. Now way ahead on power. Tech 3 power. He is going to get resource allocation. Should put him in a position to make Tech 3 air as loyalists. And yeah, these T2PDs, there should have been more, and there should have been shields, because now that's all there is. And I think that Deja Vu is poised to run everything over through the top if he chooses to do so. Not much happening on the bottom. Let's actually check out the reclaim. I bet Deja Vu is a lot more. 1700, 17,000, 12,000. Mr. Mackey does not have power storage. He does have a couple bricks and a transport standing by if he chooses to do so. I think putting a couple bricks on top will be very nice. However, as we've seen before, Deja Vu had the opportunity to go ahead and come in and assault, but he didn't. And yeah, look at that. Does Deja Vu know about him? He does not. I think these will be a surprise. But check out these scouts. What he's gonna see is a bunch of Tech 1. He sees no Tech 2. Actually, a drop right there would be great. Gunships are gonna go to work up on top. Yeah, this is the way to use the gunships. This is what Mr. Mackey should have done early on. Just killing Tech 1 mass extractors. Deja Vu way ahead. Big power stall for Mr. Mackey, who's getting what, the resource allocation, or what the heck is he done? He needs a couple more T2 P-gens if he wants to do that. I want to see what happens to those bricks. And we're gonna see Tech 3 Air. No, just a Corsair spam from Deja Vu, minute 24. Successful assault with the gunships, denied 4 Tech 1 mass extractors. And where are those going to go now? So one thing about Deja Vu, he's got his ACU at his base. He has plenty of power storage. And I think those gunships are going to die. Those are just Tech 1. So much more teching from Deja Vu. These bricks are going to come in, and I think Deja Vu is going to see them. He's going to recognize that they're bricks, but this ACU will overcharge. So this is where a couple scouts would be nice. These bricks need to split up, and they need to assault. Tech 3 power would be the best target, I think.
Commander under attack.
But they, yeah, mistake. Yeah, I think it's over. Unlucky, I think, but a little scouting would have helped. Corsairs. The use of Tech to Air from Deja Vu is far superior. Mr. Mackey, see Corsairs and gunships just assaulting different positions. Mr. Mackey has been at the same mass level for a long time. As we see major land forces rolling through. And where are they going to go? It looks like they're going to go almost directly at Mr. Mackey's base. And these are very expensive Tech 2 mass extractors. You can see the bricks. This is where Mr. Mackey anticipated the assault, but the assault didn't go there. Instead, Deja Vu was going to go against a weaker position. As we're seeing Corsairs attacking power and build capacity. Yeah, and I think power is going to be lost. Nope, is that targeted? And these are out of fuel, finally make it. This force, what does it have? A couple of loyalists, no bricks here. A lot of flak and a lot of stealth. Mr. Mackey is not aware of the extent of this force, but he's pulling some units back. He has some bricks. Total power stall. Oh man. Mackey gotta fix his power. This is the big force right here. 6 bricks. Nothing's gonna stop those. As Mr. Mackey is also poised to do some damage, although he's got to do it quick before the brick gets there. And the bug is started by Deja Vu. Wow, this is the major force for Mr. Mackey. Yeah, these bricks need to follow. They need to kill everything before Mr. Mackey starts losing Mr. Mackey. Unfortunate. Yeah, this is good. Not a lost opportunity. Mr. Mackey will kill a couple Tech 2 mass extractors and just needs to keep rolling. Tech 2. Yeah, this assault from Mr. Mackey will be successful. He'll kill everything here, which will be multiple Tech 3 mass extractors. And then engineer fight. I think, yeah, Deja Vu is going to win it. It was a nice move from Deja Vu. Killed two Tech 2 mass extractors, and now I think he's in position to take out 7 mass extractors up on top. Successful assault for Deja Vu, and he will retreat. And this force can kill everything over here. So look at these two forces from Deja Vu. He's going to deny map control. However, he's also losing a significant amount. But we'll see how many kills that Artie gets. He's shooting over the mountain. See what the mountain looks like. You can definitely just shoot straight over. Yeah. I knew Cybern on Cybern would be interesting, but if Mr. Mackey didn't kill himself with that power stall, I think he would have been in better shape. I'll try not to forget to look at the statistics at the end of this replay, which I should probably do every single time. And you can see around here, between 25 and 30 minutes, we'll look at Mr. Mackey's eco. It was suffering greatly. As the assault, yeah, this is a good aggressive move from Mr. Mackey. He will come in, probably wants to scout a little bit. These bricks don't need to stop, they need to kill. And actually they can kill this, and then go from underneath, from through the water, and go directly into Mr. Mackey's base. There's absolutely no reason not to do that. However, how many bricks is this? 10. That is significant. And where are the bricks in Deja Vu's base? Will Mr. Mackey not lose this opportunity? If he just goes in, I think Deja Vu is screwed. He's invested so much into this bug, which will not be finished in time. The only way Mr. Mackey can screw this up is if he does not go directly in and allows Deja Vu to build up a defense. This game is so painful sometimes when you can see the whole thing. Mr. Mackey, you can do it, dude. Don't. You're not winning this game. You gotta take your chances. You gotta go. You gotta go, dude. This is good. This is good. But you gotta go directly. You gotta do real damage. Deja Vu did not appreciate the gravity of this situation. Yeah, he's gonna switch. He's got good build capacity. He needs to get shields and T2PD. I think Deja Vu might be thinking about just... he will not be able to hold on to his base. That's his HQ. That's his power. This is a huge turnaround. Unless these bricks can do the same thing to Mr. Mackey's base. However, I think Mr. Mackey may know about this. One of these bricks, they need to not be scared and just do damage. Excellent game. A brick causing problems should be cut out. Finally, the use of transports. Always beautiful to see. Take 3 power, I think, is gonna die. Will Deja Vu finish the bug? That's the question. If he finishes the bug, I think that could be a game ender. However, his ACU might just die here. Mr. Mackey needs to scout. Forget the flak or whatever. He needs to be looking at what's happening. There's no excuse not to be looking at what's happening. The bug is under straight up assault. He needs to kill Deja Vu now. The bug is alive. You don't want to take shots from the bug for too long. You gotta go kill the ACU. Chase down the ACU. Corsairs, somebody's gonna help. If that bug is allowed to kill all the bricks, it will end the game. This is basically it. Either Deja Vu dies, or the brick, or the bug Deja Vu is dodging. Or the Corsair is gonna end it. Because this bug will end the game as soon as he kills all these bricks. Does Deja Vu have power storage? He's down to 6,000 damage. Where is the support? No, this game was won. Wow, Tech 1 Inches versus the... Wow, Tech 1 versus Bug, and the Bug is gonna die. I think this game is gonna be a lot longer. Oh my goodness. 34 minutes in. Deja Vu just had a brick assault, which he barely survived. What he's kept was an HQ. He does have resource allocation. He does have SCUs. He has no map control whatsoever. He's got 1, 2, Tech 3 mask extractors. He's got a huge amount. So mass will not be a problem because of that. He still has access to Tech 3 land. He needs to make air. So air is the biggest disadvantage. And this is where Mr. Mackey cannot allow a Deja Vu to stand up. He needs to continue to damage him. However, you can see that's a lot of Tech 3. I probably don't want to fly there. But you got to deny any kind of expansion. You got to grab the map. And even if you see, even if there's all this Tech 3 AA, you got to spot any kind of Tech 3 power. You got to spot large amounts of engineers and you got to snipe them. You just got to keep them down. This is good engineers. We got Tech 3 mass extractors. Bricks outside your base. Yeah, this is good, Mr. Mackey. Although, yeah, this arty's probably going to deny those NGs. I'd love to see a couple of bricks get dropped right there and assault this, which would be, I think, quite easy. Maybe we'll see it with Corsairs. The mistake that Mr. Mackey could make is if he just starts flying over this area. So much anti-air in this position. Yeah, and Deja Vu. He's not gonna have power problems. He's not gonna have mass problems, but power problems. Power problems galore. Mr. Mackey needs to invest in some Tech 3 power, or finally finish his resource allocation, or whatever he's building. Strat bombers. I think strat bombers don't look as attractive given that. What looks good is a couple more brick drops around, and perhaps a spider, or even a megalith. Or just bricks directly into enemy base. I like that too. However, there are some SCUs. This is very nice to see. Deja Vu going straight to Tech 3 mass extractors. He's got 4 Tech 3 mass extractors now. Now these bricks, besides just shooting random units here, even if they kill a brick here, it'll just be reclaimed, picked up and then reclaimed. What they need to do is they need to kill important units, of which I guess the HQ's got a lot of health. You can kill that Tech 3 AA. Kill an SCU or two. Or actually, I would just roll through over here. Engineers are going to attempt to capture a couple point defenses. I think is the way to go. And denying that Tech 3A will open up more avenues for air assaults. Amazingly, Deja Vu is still very close in the economy, which makes me quite nervous. Cruise missiles would be very good in this because I don't see any TMD. I think all the TMD died. Cruise missiles have a very nice follow-up, as we're going to see a scout. Yeah, these bricks are excellent. Yeah, the AA over Deja Vu's base is just epic. As we see some SCUs taking damage. Yeah, that's a lot of SCUs. That's a force that can go on a mission if, for whatever reason, Mr. Mackey loses his air, which he can easily do if he fails on an assault. You can put those SCUs on a transport and go find the enemy SCU and take care of them. It's a hit. Plenty of reclaim for Deja Vu, and finally Deja Vu does not have a mass advantage as we're seeing a spider being constructed. Deja Vu at 6,000 power. Has plenty of power, needs to reclaim a little bit. Yeah, these bricks look good. That was an obvious move. Tech 1 bombers. As how many strats is that? It's a few strats that can do damage. And look at this. It's more bricks. And actually this power is in a weak position. You can get bricks in there and kill that power. So Deja Vu is definitely on the back foot. However, Mr. Mackey still does not have an obvious way to win the game. But as long as he doesn't make a mistake. And mistakes typically include getting your ACU killed. So you got to keep your ACU safe. Which is easier said than done. And given all these SCUs from Deja Vu, and Deja Vu has shown he knows how to use these things, it's kind of scary. Does he have any? He is getting support SCUs with an anti-air turret on him. So it's a moving Tech 3 AA. But yeah, this Deja Vu is anticipating an air assault. Perhaps he's thinking that a bug is coming. And if a bug is coming, it's not going to live. So Deja Vu's base is extremely advanced in terms of technology. He's basically Tech 3 land and SCU as well. These are not very advanced, but they're not really doing anything. As the spider is nearly complete for Deja Vu. And with these SCUs, this is very, very professional force. Big air spam. And the bug is started. But however, Mr. Mackey needs to realize that bug will not be able to assault the main base. It will be quite good at defense, for example, against the spider or any kind of groups of units that will try to move out. So he'll be able to keep Deja Vu on his part of the map, but he will not be able to use it to end the game. Spider's nearly complete. Deja Vu just completed Spider 96,000 reclaim. Mr. Mackey 47,000. As we're seeing a lot of movement, this could be bad if Mr. Mackey isn't careful with his air. This could be a disaster for him, because if he loses air, he just might begin to lose map control. Looks like that's a big brick force. That spider is underwater. I don't think Mr. Mackey realized there's a spider here. Question is, will he be forced to use it for defense? I think there are plenty of bricks here, together with SCUs, to not reveal the spider. And the spider could go through here, like that, which would be quite epic. Scouts from Deja Vu are not able to get past the Air Force. Bricks roaming around. Spider comes out. Yeah, the spider will be revealed. Perhaps it's a smart move. It'll get quite a bit of vet if it actually starts shooting. Yeah, that will stop any kind of assault on Deja Vu's base. It's going to be a nice chunk of reclaim. More bricks. Stealth. What is this? Stealth? Oh, and a lot of cruise missiles. That's it. That's going to be a Tech 3 raider eventually. Yeah, that spider was 7 kills already. No veterans yet, but I anticipate some engineers in this position. We see an Omni, multiple Tech 3 power, and a nuke is in the works. As SCUs, it's probably not. Oh yeah, I would love to see them capture these. Instead, they're just gonna reclaim. The bricks are gonna leave. Build capacity on those things are huge. Oh yeah, and of course now you can see also the anti-air. Yeah, you don't want to fly around those. Strat bombers. How many strats does Mr. Mackey have? 6. That's not enough. It might be enough to maybe if there's that nuke is completed. As bricks are gonna go on assault, this will be similar numbers. Is there stealth here? There's also stealth, which will help out. But stopping that spider will be a major problem. I think as soon as it gets far away from those anti-air, this is where the strats can come in and help out. As SCUs are going to take over the left side. They can probably continue and take over the map. Minute 45 of a beautiful game. And I think this might be a mistake for Mr. Mech. He needs to use his strats to help, because otherwise he might kill the spider. He just might. But it doesn't matter, it's still a loss. And he's not even going to kill the spider. Huge amounts of reclaim. And Deja Vu really needs that reclaim because it does not have map control. Finally, the strat's a little late. They also need some... yeah, I think that spider is going to die. Huge overkill. Question is, where are those strats going to go? If they go over that base, this is totally not worth it. They need to fly away. I think one of them died. Some took damage. Strats need a lot of space. You got to get them in the right angle. If they fly in their own direction, they don't live. But this is now a major problem. You can see Deja Vu with a Tech 3 land advantage on the right side, with SCUs on the left. He is poised to take back the map. Mr. Mackey making strats. He's almost done with the bug, which will... Yeah, that bug will be nice, and you can see now the strat's just getting wild. I can see a tragedy here. If Mr. Mackey thinks that that bug is going to win the game for him, and sends it directly at Deja Vu's base, he will lose it, and it'll be a huge mass delivery, and he will no longer have map control at that point. and he will lose the game. I think he had a great comeback with those bricks. However, if Mr. Mackey uses that bug with scouting and brains, he can continue to hold on to map control and then make something like a megalith, an assault with the megalith. And another thing we got to keep in mind, of course, is the nuke. A nuke would be pretty tragic. This is where scouting should come in. So we have a lot of questions. Oh, that sucks. That was like the single strat from, that was the Omni. So Mr. Mackey has lost his Omni. He has no idea what's happening. Meanwhile, the brick-on-brick assault continues, and this is 5 versus similar numbers. 4 plus some stealth. How many strats are there? Only three strats. Mr. Mackey 51,000, Deja Vu 114,000 reclaim. The nuke is nearly done. More shields. Some players are really good at these games. Oh, yeah. They see you on a secret mission to grab that mass. Very good late game, because I think a lot of players just haven't had the experience playing late games, and the bug is finished. There's a couple bombers. This is almost mocking. However, those bombers are going to find out the bug is complete. The bug needs to get over here and start assaulting. As long as it doesn't go there, it's fine. It can start killing SCUs. Where is it going to go? Mr. Mackey, please don't make the mistake. This SCU, though, is... Yeah. So go back into the water. I really like this ferry system. Yeah, these SCUs need to run home. Or underwater somewhere. This cruise missile has 3 missiles. Be great to snipe those. Also this Tech 3AA. Oh, there goes one SCU. We might see an air fight. Some Tech 2 flag here. Don't want to sit there for too long. Second SCU is taken out. Major losses for Deja Vu. But this is a lot of bricks now. This is a brick force that I think can push through. The bug 17 kills. Taken out. Once again, it's more Strat bombers on the way. Those are Corsairs. No respect. Sniping Tech 3 power. If that happens, oh my goodness! Don't tell me. I mean, that's a demonstration that you shouldn't be afraid of an enemy base unless there's a reason to be afraid. Yeah, that SC is gonna die. Yeah, that did a lot of damage. So a couple more shots, and that is dead. You're seeing SCU doing the dance, which is not going to be successful. This is the right way to use the bug, but one thing we got to remember, there is a nuke. There is a nuke, and does Mr. Mackey know about it? And Mr. Mackey has a lot of his really good units in one spot. Perfect for a nuke. Strats, stealth strats coming in. If that nuke is finished, this game is over and Deja Vu is gonna get a victory. Where's the ACU? The ACL see an anti-nuke. And yeah, Deja Vu is in the water. You'd need first to find out where he is, which you have no idea. Yeah, this is a lot of strats. I think if they come in, they have a single pass, they could kill that nuke. Mr. Mackey should know that it's there. Question is he paying attention? Especially if you come in with a bug from behind with a bunch of strats, you could kill that nuke, and I think that's the last hope for Deja Vu. It's a question of recognizing, and that's the huge part of this game, is recognizing what's happening and then knowing what you can do about it and doing it the right way. I mean, it's quite simple to say it, but really what it takes. This is a beautiful bombing run. I think this may be the play that will seal the fate of Deja Vu, but you can never discount him. That was a great piece of bombing. Thank you, Mr. Mackey, for not disappointing me. I was scared. 53 minutes in. This bug though, don't get too crazy. Gotta give it up to Deja Vu though. He's really fought back. I think most players would have rage quit. He's gonna rebuild the nuke. When those bricks came in and killed everything, I think I would have rage quit already. But he didn't. He finished the bug, and once that bug died, that also sucked. He continued to play, and he was in a good position, and he was very close to winning the game. And he actually forced Mr. Mackey into throwing away quite a few strats. Should give him a few more reclaim opportunities. However, Mr. Mackey's economy just continues to get larger and larger. 86 reclaimed, 7,000 in the bank. Equal power from these two players. As we see this assault, yeah, those SCUs are in trouble. It's a lot of bricks, and this is where that ferry system is really even helping Mr. Mackey. This bug, however, is losing health rather rapidly. That's those SCU anti-air. However, I don't think that thing is gonna die. Unless it doesn't kill those SCUs. It needs to kill the SCUs. How about more strats? Megalith. Okay, yeah. Megalith is the obvious choice. Good unit control from Mr. Mackey. Kills yet another SCUs. We've seen a lot of SCUs die in this one. As we see a significant land assault plus engineers. Yeah, this is so many dead bricks. There are so many dead bricks here. And a very lost Tech 3 engineer. Very brave, however, very lost Tech 3 engineer. Here comes a snipe. And that could suck. Where is that gonna go? That's Deja Vu's ACU. Ooh, he wanted to kill that Tech 3. Excellent. He killed the Tech 3 PGen. However, the shields worked for the most part. He also killed the Tech 3 mass extractor. And I think that might be a little too much. Another Tech 3 PGen. Yeah, finally. I was hoping somebody would use cruise missiles, and at the end, a good way to end it. Volleys of cruise missiles attacking the Tech 3 HQ. That bug, oh, that bug's gonna die. But I think so much damage was done. Yeah, Mr. Mackey didn't make the mistakes. He was given the opportunity to make the mistakes, and that's what you gotta do, is not make the mistakes. Best thing is to take all of your opportunities. And probably didn't, but he did not make critical mistakes. As we see, this is reminiscent of what happened a while ago. When the game was turned on its head. More volleys of cruise missiles. This is where the TMD could be targeted. So it would have been nice to have the bug at this point. Yeah, there goes the Tech 3 HQ. No more Tech 3 land. Huge piece of scouting. Megalith is on its way. See that base is getting to Deja Vu's coffee is cold. A great game, 1 hour. Epic. Sorry, Guile. I think Guile should cast this as well. I think two casters casting the same game is not really an overlap. Given that Guile probably has like 5 times as many viewers. per video. Wow, he still lives. He only lives as long as it takes the megalith to get to his base. If he kills that megalith, which I don't know how he would, I'd find it quite hilarious. Mr. Mackey being very methodical. Is there nothing? Yeah. Never know when crazy things can happen. Deja Vu getting on a transport. Has to evacuate. Mr. Mackey will give chase. And this game is over. 1 hour, 2 minutes. Hopefully people enjoyed this one and share this game with all your friends so they recognize what is the greatest real-time strategy in 2014.